Hello everybody, it's Briggs or Briggs Alex, depending on how you want to refer to me. It is day number 4, it is the 4th of February 2014. I had to think about that, even though it's the 4th day of the month, therefore the day 4 of the walk, and therefore it has to be the 4th. Correct? Yes, correct. Another walk done today, a lot longer this time, which I'm really pleased about. I've got a little bit of a report coming in from the field. It'll be up here again, up there. I walked further than I should have done, but who cares? Let's spin around to get really dizzy. That'll be good. That's the path that I just walked up. Pretty horrible. Yeah, anyway, that's day 4. Well, thank you very much for that report there from me in the past. Hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, it had rained last night, so it was quite muddy. It was unpleasant. Bit of hard going towards the end of it, but it was done rather well. The route was a little different, a little further, about 2.5 miles this time in around about 55 minutes, close to an hour. Split up a little bit because I popped into the office on the way back for about half an hour, so I actually had a little break. Yes, it's a bit naughty, but I had a little break and then walked the rest of the distance home, about half a mile probably home, 2/3 of a mile, something like that. So the first walk was about just under 2 miles in itself, and then I did the rest of the walk home. So there we go. In terms of what's happened today, not very much has happened today. It was windy, but it was rather pleasant in terms of the sun being out, and it was still quite cold. The wind made it really cold. Not many people on the road on the way out. On the way back, there was a couple of people that I just said hello to. One couple of old people, an old couple, as it were, pointed out that it was really wet down there, which I'd already known about because I'd obviously doubled back on myself, so I knew what was going down. Generally, very decent day. In terms of my body, I had no problems really until the last on the way home. Really, on the way home from the office, it took a little bit more out of me than I expected it to. My shoulder stitch had disappeared; it didn't come back, which is quite strange. My calves were absolutely fine, which is also quite strange. My right ankle was bothering me a little bit. It felt as if I sprained it, but I haven't, because by the time I got home it was fine again. I also had back trouble this morning when I got out of bed, which I think is probably two ways it could be related, or both really. It's obviously the weight that I have is obviously a problem. Obviously we all know that. The other thing is my bed's quite a thin mattress, so it could be that it's the mattress really starting to hurt me now. So I'm thinking about maybe replacing the mattress, because it is thin. I like thin mattresses though. I like hard thin mattresses. That's just the way it is. But if it's going to start really hurting my back, then I've got to think about changing that. You may notice as well that I've actually had a shower. I'm just looking at my hair in the camera. So my hair's really squeaky because I washed it, as you do when you have a shower. Normally I do these videos straight after I've done the walk, but I felt I needed the shower straight away because it was obviously a little bit more muddy this time and a little bit more hard going, so I wanted to kind of refresh myself before I sat down and did this video. I also calculated the actual route that I took, so I'm going to put that there. Gone. And I've also calculated the amount of distance that I've covered in the 4 days so far. There'll be a little bit of a mileage count there, which will be on all the videos from now on, updating how many miles I've done in total. If I am correct in my mathematics, which I should be because it's not very difficult mathematics, if I do this for 28 days straight, I need to do at least 56 miles. That sounds like a hell of a lot, 56 miles in a month. I don't think I've ever done that amount of mileage in 3 months, let alone a month. So it's going to be interesting. So The minimum I need to do to make this a success is 56 miles. I've done, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 6.5, 8.4 I've done so far. Not too shabby, I think. 8.4 in 4 days, which is obviously an average of 2.1 miles. So anyway, it's there, isn't it? It'll be there. It's very difficult with these camera things because everything seems to be backwards. Where is everything? Anyway, so I'm going to read out some of the comments from yesterday's vlog. There's just been a couple. Almost all of them are kind of just tips and kind of, what would be the best word to do? Encouragement would be. Richard Dock3's another comment. He seems to comment on all the videos. I will keep watching if you keep walking. While I really miss the cold bit, jealous. Good news about bypass dates. Keep going. Make it happen. Yeah, I will. Alexandre Lobo says, I walk every day for an hour, sometimes longer. I lost 30 kilograms in 10 months just by doing that and changing eating habits. Keep up. You're doing great. Thanks very much. I'm glad that it's worked for you. I'm hoping that it'll work for me. We'll find out for sure in the next couple of days, because on Thursday I'm going to weigh myself, as I do every Thursday. Last week was quite disappointing. I put on a little bit of weight. That may be due to other things. Obviously, I explained that in a vlog. I'm also getting, my personal trainer will be measuring my body to see what has changed over the last month or two. I think it's about 6 weeks, I think, since the last one. Maybe a little less. ZPS, best profile name. Hello. Stitch in the wind. Don't understandings these things. Little bit of a joke here, because my personal trainer gave me that tip that it might be the wind. Turns out she was joking. She actually was using the term wind as in farting, not wind as in wind. So yeah, joke's on me, I think. So that's absolutely shit then. So the shoulder stitch thing is not related to wind. That I know of. There's no scientific fact about that. Assuming, this is also the same person added a bit more, assuming you're eating around 15 calories a day, you're going to lose so much weight after this month. It's pretty cool. I wish I could be bothered to walk 2 miles a day. Don't know if you do weights, but chucking in a workout a few days a week would compound that. Well, I'm still going to be doing my 2 sessions a week with my personal trainer. That isn't going to change. One of those may be a walk. What I may do is switch that walk to just my normal walk that I'll do anyway, and I will just do 2 workout sessions a week rather than do a walk and a workout session. That way I can do my walk normally and have my walk on a normal kind of, time, do it without the personal trainer, because walking's starting to become easier and easier every time I do it, so I don't think my personal trainer should be utilised like that. I forgive what I'm doing to my beard, but fancy now. So yeah, I will be carrying on doing my personal training. There's no way around doing that. I'm going to do it because I'm starting to feel better about everything that I'm doing at the moment, purely just because I seem to be moving. They say the best thing for depression is exercise. So if I was feeling depressed, which I'm not, if I was, then this would be doing me some even more good. So there's one more comment that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about that until the end of the video, because at the end of the video it kind of will relate, because this isn't really about this exercise and me thing. This is about something else, so I'll leave that until the end, but I want to cover it anyway because some of you may also be interested in that. Okay, what's left? There is actually nothing left to talk about. I mean, I'm expecting it to rain really bad tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a really bad windy day and wet day, supposedly, like flood type rain, because that's what's happening in the UK these days. It's the fact that it's just really, really really wet. Although it's been dry, every time I've been out so far it's been dry. So I say dry, I mean it hasn't rained for me. So I can't really say it's been a wet month so far, because in all honesty, there's only been one real rain, and that was last night. Anyway, I'm English, and therefore I'm talking about the weather. Ha 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 ha. That's the joke you're making to yourselves right now. Right, let's get off the weather then. What else is important that I should be talking about? Nothing. Absolutely F all is on the agenda. So I'm going to finish with a comment that someone made onto my channel, a YouTube channel, not onto the video itself. This is unrelated to anything that we've just been speaking about, so if you are not bothered about what is going to be said, please switch off. I love you. If you are interested in, this is what was just said. This is just 8 Libertine 8. Briggs, could you upload the videos of you and Six Sense playing DayZ mod for the first time? And maybe provide some info about when it was first played. I think you guys helped beta test it, but I don't really remember. I remember you guys played in pure PvE when everyone says that DayZ's purpose was the PvP experience, and it would be cool to have as a reference. Later, bud, and thanks for all the great Arma 2 videos. Watch them all. Right. First off, thank you very much for your comment. It's always appreciated when someone from the past visits at the present and tells me I'm great. Thank you. The second thing is, I never played the DayZ mod with Six Sense. We played a map that was created before the DayZ mod, which the DayZ mod kind of related to when it was in production. I cannot remember the name of the map or the mission that we played. All I remember is that we played it very PvE because it was built as a PvE mission. You know, it was meant as a co-op mission. That's the way it was. In terms of actual DayZ stuff, I absolutely detest DayZ. Now, I have played DayZ, don't get me wrong, I've played it. I've played it a lot, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just feeling this hate for it because they've taken a really good game and kind of made it so popular that people only bought it for DayZ, and that was really annoying for me because obviously the game itself was a fantastic game. Let me just explain what my DayZ kind of experience was. Back in the day, I played DayZ with a friend of mine, an old friend that I haven't spoke to in a year or so now. But we played it as a joke. We played it as we were going to go in and we were just going to fuck everything else that people wanted to do. That's just why we wanted to do it. At this point, my kind of experience of playing DayZ I wasn't enjoying it whatsoever. And the only reason why I agreed to help and play with this guy was because he was a funny guy. I've got a little bit of humour around, and I like to fuck things up occasionally, especially in something that I don't particularly enjoy. So we played that 2 or 3 nights, I think it was, really, max, and then we both got very much bored of it and we went off and did other things. In terms of my actual experiences of DayZ in the olden days, this DayZ mod, it was very unstable. It was full of idiots and dicks that just wanted to do whatever they fucking wanted to. There was no kind of teamwork, there was no kind of let's fight the system. The actual mod itself, although very well made, I have to admit that it's a very well made little mod. Well, I say little, it's massive, but it just didn't make me want to play it. It really didn't. It really put me off. And I'm not really a fan of PvP and stuff in general. The only thing I really like when it comes to PvP stuff is World of Tanks. It's the only real game I'm playing these days that involves any kind of players versus players sort of deal. So I'm not really a fan of PvP in general. In terms of videos done on DayZ, I've never done a DayZ video. I think I may have done a little video explaining why I really hated it, and that was about it. I haven't bought the recent DayZ because literally, from what I've seen and from what I've read, the DayZ that has come out standalone is literally Arma 2 spruced up in a DayZ format. That's all it is. the system and the way that the game has been created is exactly the same as the mod, except they have a little bit more leeway on the graphic style and the user interface and all that sort of stuff. And so there we have it. So I appreciate, thank you very much for 8libertine8 for that comment. I'm sorry I haven't got anything DayZ related. I haven't got the original footage that I did with Sixth Sense in regards to the zombie map mission we played. I think we played 2 of them because my old channel, I decided that I'd had enough of the old channel and it was time to go bye-bye. And so I let it go with all my hundreds and hundreds of subscribers that never actually watched any of my videos. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Apologies for anyone who's actually stayed and watched what I've just talked about and is like going, what the fuck is he talking about? I have no idea. I'm not going to explain it because obviously it's not that important. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow.